quickly summarize what I realized. Now, a lot of people tell me when I meet them in auditorium or anywhere in this building or 9th floor, especially if they're Toastmasters, 1 minute conversation is very good. After the first minute, they go into, oh no, actually, I'm actually a P3 or P2, but I know it is very difficult to go beyond P3. P4 is very difficult. And I have been hearing this particular conversation from last 6 to 8 months from almost everybody I meet. I met somebody who went through one of the trainings I did a couple of months ago, and I thought he will go beyond P4 because I trained him. And he comes to me a week ago and tells me the same problem. I can speak for till P3 I can manage, but beyond P3 it is very difficult. I need to have a lot of grammar usage, etc., etc. So he gave me 10 reasons why he could not deliver his P4 speech. Now that actually inspired me and told me, why not do something to equip people to go beyond P3? I mean, it's not a level where you really enjoy P3. P6, P7 is something you're really excited because that is where you change yourself. That is where you come out of your comfort zone. Until P5 it's very, very simple. But beyond P5 is where you get uncomfortable because now you have to impress others, inspire others, motivate them, or convince them to accept your thoughts and so on. A lot of times there is a story that comes to my mind which is very relevant to what people discuss all the time about this P4. A study was conducted long ago on a few monkeys. What the researcher did was he brought 4 monkeys to the room, and there was a bowl at the center of the room, and there was a bunch of bananas attached to the pole of the room. And the first monkey went, tried to pluck one banana from the bunch. A bucket of cold water was doused on the monkey. So the first monkey comes and tries to snatch the banana. Somebody douses the bucket of water and it goes away. The second one tries, the same story. The third one tries, same story. The fourth one tries, the same story. Now all 4 monkeys did one attempt and all of them were doused with cold water. Now the researcher removed one of those monkeys from the room and he let the new monkey get in. So now there are 3 monkeys which have attempted already and the 4th one is not yet attempted. All 3 of them are quiet because they know somebody will put the cold water on them. So they are quiet. The 4th one is really excited. He wants to go get the banana. Now all 3 monkeys will pull him down. He is totally confused. Why are they doing this? So there's a bunch of bananas, I can get them. Why are these guys not leaving me? Now the researcher, from those 3 monkeys which have tried already, he removes one more monkey and sends another one. So there are 4 monkeys, 2 which have already attempted. The 3rd one has attempted and some people pulled him down. And the 4th one never even tried. Now the 4th one goes. Now all 3 of those monkeys pull him back. And this continues for a few more hours. By the 10th hour, all 4 monkeys have never attempted. Never ever attempted, but everybody is pulling the new person who is coming in. Now this story is very much relevant to Toastmasters, especially people who are here for more than 1 year or 2 years. They get accustomed to their own rules. Oh, P4 is difficult. Oh, you can't go, you can't go. P10 is very difficult. Oh my God, you need a lot of knowledge, you need a lot of hold on the grammar, etc., etc. So people put restrictions of their own mind on you. I hope you got the point. Now I hope my primary motive here is to ensure we come out of the rut and set our own definitions. But why follow somebody else's definition? You can do P10 in 6 months or 6 years. It is your choice. There is no set rule for that. Now in this room, I want to take a quick poll and understand how I should continue. How many of you are not even members of Toastmasters? Not at all members. We just here for time pass. You want to learn what is happening and getting excited. It's okay. Raise your hands. It's okay. You can always become members later. Maybe around 9, 10. Okay, let's say 10. How many of you are members and you have not cleared project 3? You are members of Toastmasters, but not cleared project 3. Maybe around 6. Now, how many of you have delivered projects 3 or beyond 3? 1, 2, I think I know the audience now. So what I'll do is this talk is 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, and part 3. In part 1, what we'll focus is how do you pick a topic and how do you develop a speech. You pick any topic that you like and how do you develop that as a speech is the first part. If we have time, I'm going to cover P1 to P3. How to select a topic for project 1 to project 3 and how to develop a speech for that, if you have time. In part 2, we will look at how to develop your speech, which is project 4, 5 and 6. And part 3 is 7, 8, 9, 10. I am not sure when we are going to do part 3 because if there is nobody who is beyond P4, there is no point. Well, let's do part 1 and part 2 first and then go beyond that. Okay. Any questions so far? Good. Okay, so I hope you have notes or at least a sheet of paper and pen to write because we'll do a quick exercise later. Now, some of you have actually no idea what we're going to discuss now, but you will enjoy it anyway because you may be excited to deliver a speech after you hear a few slides that I'm going to cover now. If you're not excited, don't worry. You can always come back to me later and I'll somehow make you excited. Okay, now what happens is we are so caught up in this world of finding topics and we find reasons. Very, very difficult to find topics. That is the common topic being discussed all the time. I'm not getting any topic for this level of speech. Let me simplify that with one exercise, and I hope you have the sheet of paper or a notepad. And people who have attended my trainings, for them it's a repetition, but it's okay. Repetition is the mother of learning. No, it's not working. Okay, now before that you need to understand there are four broad purposes of any speech. Whatever somebody comes and shares with you in public, there are 4 possible reasons. So there are 4 possible reasons for a speech. It can be to give information. For example, today my primary agenda is to give information. To give information about how to deliver a speech, how to develop your speech and so on. The second one is to persuade, where you're trying to persuade somebody to accept your viewpoints. It can be, let's say, Sudhanshu, let's say he doesn't smoke. I hope so. He comes here and tries to persuade the audience not to smoke if they're smoking already, or if they know somebody who smokes, and go let them stop. So that's what the goal is. That is persuade. You persuade somebody to accept your viewpoints and align to your goals or your ideas. Inspire is a little different. There is a very subtle difference between persuade and inspire. Persuade is just to accept your viewpoints, whereas inspire is to, you are inspiring them to take action in their life. Or if somebody is overweight, you're giving a message to the audience saying that all of us should be healthy and actual weight and so on. So you're inspiring people to do something in their life to change their daily actions, to achieve something bigger, which is to achieve the higher purpose in their life. That is inspiration. Now entertain, I don't think I need to explain. The idea is to make people laugh. It can be a smile on their face or bursts of laughter. It depends on the speaker as well as the audience. So any speech will fall into one of these 4 broad purposes. Now you need to understand whatever topic you choose, you should have this question to yourself: what is my goal? What am I speaking? Why am I speaking? If you know your goal, it is very easy to communicate. If you don't know what you are there for, it is very difficult to communicate. That is why you get caught up in this world of, it's in this web of confusion. What am I going to do now? How should I communicate? It's very simple. You pick a topic based on your purpose of the speech. Okay? Any question on the purpose, it can be information, persuasion, inspiration or entertainment. We can discuss more as we go on, but this is the beginning where you understand how to pick any particular topic. What is your goal? What do you want to do? Now this is a common question that I get from people. I know what I want to do. I want to inspire people, or I want to inform, or I want to tell a story and so on. I want to entertain the audience. And I know Vijesh, he loves entertaining the audience with his humor and jokes, especially around women. Whenever Vijesh comes, you will hear the word lady or women in the speech somewhere. That's how you will relate to him. So now let's do this quick exercise. I want whoever has got a notepad or a sheet of paper, go and write 10 topics that you have knowledge to speak on. Any 10 topics. It can be yourself. Yourself is one topic, Oracle is one topic, cricket, movie, Sachin Tendulkar, Toastmasters. Right? Minimum 10. Okay. If you're serious, please write 10. Any 10 topics that you like. Do you need a sheet of paper? Give me a sheet of paper if you have. So if you want a sheet of paper, ask either Sudhanshu or Anish. They'll gracefully help you. You can take this.
We can use the text pad on the mobile phone also.
They could.
Send a message.
So write 10 topics. And don't worry how you get the information. We will help you find that. Done? 10 topics ready? That should be fast. Done? Very good. Okay, while others are writing, may I ask Rupa to quickly tell us what those 10 topics are?
Like you said about myself,
Yes.
cricket
Okay.
and Toastmasters, about sports and about accountancy, leadership, management and world geography, Ayurveda and exercise.
Okay. Give her a round of applause. Very good. Now, I'm sure you will find your own topics as you go on. Anybody else wants to share? Anybody who is interested to share? Ishwar, you want to share?
Five. One is like the places what I visited, like
Okay.
two places. Other is like the relationship, cricket, leadership, and table tennis.
Anyone else? Vijay, do you want to share?
Seven, automobile, technology, finance, soft skills, habits,
Very good. Sudhanshu, do you have a manual? Toastmasters CC manual?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
It is there.
Thank you. Okay, any more questions on that? So all of you, I am assuming people who are interested to participate or who have materials to participate are participating. So now once you have 10 topics, you have to the next question you need to ask is, what am I passionate about? Am I really passionate about certain topics in this area? You may be passionate about all those 10 topics, which is a possibility. Or sometimes only 4 or 5 of them may sound very relevant to you or resonate with your mind. So you choose, just put a star mark behind that or before that. Put a check mark or something to specify that you are passionate about those topics. Out of those 10, pick 5 or 4 that you are passionate about.
Really aligned.
No, just keep that cover under.
Okay, good. Okay, now can I ask Rupa? Can you specify those topics?
5. The first thing is about myself,
Okay.
leadership, management, holidays and automobile.
Wonderful. Now, I hope all of you have done that, whoever has done the first step. Now the question you need to ask is now, out of those topics, the 5 you have selected from knowledge to passion, how many of those topics would be of interest to this audience? Let me repeat, how many of those topics that you are passionate about would be of some interest to this audience? Very simple. I mean, how many of them would be interested to know some of those things? A lot of times people also think, oh, none of those topics are actually interesting to people. Now please don't do that. You can ask, if you have any questions, you can ask this audience, is it interesting to you?
But again, it varies from audience to audience, right?
That's right.
Some topics may not interest the students, but some
That's true.
topics are not.
For this audience, for Toastmasters Oracle, you can think of it. You know their age range, you know approximately what they're interested in. Sometimes, as you said, you can't please everybody in the room. Maybe 20% will like your speech or 30%. But that is better than 0%. If you go to, let's say, a group of retired folks, 60 plus. And then you talk about fitness, yoga, and bodybuilding. You may not be really resonating with them. They will say, what is it? He's insulting us. You have to identify the right topic for the right audience. For them, maybe spirituality, connected to the divine power and higher source of energy and so on. They may like that. So you have to identify what the audience may like, the majority of the audience. As you rightly said, you can't please everybody, but majority of the audience. Now, anybody would like to share? I hope you have pointed out the ones that others are interested to hear about. Maybe Rupa can tell us.
Leadership, management, politics.
Okay, what about people? Do you think they are good topics? Yeah, leadership, maybe she can tell us something about some books or some ideas. Management, yeah, I know people aspire to become managers without knowing what they're ending with. And that may excite some of them. The travel, maybe she has gone to some exotic places around the world. Maybe she will share some pictures and give some tips to book those vacations and so on. So, for every topic, there are interesting facts about those topics. So, please do not underestimate your topic. Anybody who thinks that this is not a good topic in the list, please tell us.
Educational learnings from Harry Potter.
Okay, no, who is interested in that? See? Assumptions are very dangerous. Anybody else who thinks the topic is not good in this room, or they have striked out the topic saying that it's not really good? Okay, tell us.
Books by Chetan Bhagat.
Sorry, say that again.
Books by Chetan Bhagat.
Anybody interested? You never know. Why do you assume things? Oh, that is, I'll tell you at the end. Maybe remind me. There are 4 principles of succeeding in Toastmaster. Please remind me. I'll tell you later. Not now. Later. So now, I hope you understand the point. If you are in doubt, ask somebody. Ask someone who can be your mentor in Toastmaster. So, do you think it's a good topic? It's okay. So now you have found interest. You know the knowledge areas. You know the passion areas as well as interest areas. Now you pick that topic. Let's say you have got 5. You pick one that you really like speaking. You pick one, and I hope you pick one. Now the next question you need to ask is, I don't think you can see this line. This says 1-line summary of the speech. So which means you need to know 1-line summary of the speech. Okay. Now that 1-line summary should connect to your purpose. So let's assume the topic is leadership. Let's take Rupa's example. Topic is leadership, and her purpose is she has to choose. Actually, you will not believe, you can entertain the audience on the same topic, right? You can bring so many stories of leadership where people have failed or miserably failed. You can entertain the audience. You can put humor into any topic, or you can inspire them. You can inspire the audience and tell them that we all can be leaders in our own life, lead the way we want to live our life, and so on. Or you can persuade them to become leaders in their lives. Or you can you can give information about John Maxwell's one of those books and tell about what you learned from the book and so on. Am I making sense? So you can take a topic and choose what do you want with the topic. You are not put into a straight jacket to tell you that, okay, you have to only speak on this topic and this should be your purpose. You have the liberty to choose your purpose. So now you choose your purpose. Let's say, for example, in Rupa's case, she is going to choose leadership and to give information, just information. She learned something from John Maxwell's book, Be the Leader You Can Be, and so on. And she wants to inform the audience about the principles that she learned from the book. Is that right? So her 1-line summary would now become to inform people about leadership principles in this book. That is your 1-line summary of the speech. Because you are giving information for the next 6 minutes or 7 minutes, your goal is very clear. You can see the goal now. But if you don't have this 1-line summary, it is very difficult to build your speech. A lot of people struggle in this area because they don't know their 1-line summary. When you can't see a target, you can't shoot it. You have to see the target. Now the target is, I'm going to talk about leadership and give information to people. Any questions so far? So far so good? So now you know your areas of knowledge, passion and interest. You have zeroed in on one topic. And now you know the 1-line summary of that topic. It can be leadership, it can be travel, it can be Harry Potter and so on. Okay? Now, a lot of people do not have this habit of writing speeches. Because how do I know? Ask me how? Ask me how? I have done it. So you think everything is here. My mind is a computer. I can store the way I want and I can recite when I come back. It doesn't work. It doesn't work actually, unfortunately, because if it is not on a paper or a Word document, it is difficult to plan your speech. So whoever is serious, please start writing your speeches in a Word document. Okay, that is how you can measure your rate of speech, number of words, grammar, many other benefits of writing it in a Word document, MS Word. Now, each of us has got something called as words per minute, or the rate of speech, which I may cover in detailed sessions later. So you should know the rate of your speech. What is your rate? Non-native English speakers may be 120 to 150 words per minute. In non-native, native English speakers have a different speed, non-native have a different speed. Now American speakers, native speakers, they can speak more than 200 words per minute, which is fine because their tongue will twist the way they want because they are used to that. I don't think I can speak Malayali the way they speak because they have been used to twisting the tongue that way. Right? Every language has its own idiosyncrasies. So it's difficult for me to come and say I will be a natural speaker like that. It will take years to practice and speak like that. So please accept the fact. The reason I'm reiterating this is a lot of us come and say I want to speak fast. Speaking fast is due to nervousness. That's the only reason. There is no other reason to be fast. So speak slow, go on, let yourself enjoy the speech, let others enjoy your speech. Now, know your rate of speech. You have to do it by yourself. Take a timepiece or a stopwatch and read a paragraph. That's the best thing is you take a paragraph and you read that for 5 minutes and see how many words you covered, or 2 minutes, for example, or 1 minute. You will exactly you can extrapolate and tell yourself, this is my rate of speech. For example, in my experiment, my rate of speech is 130 words per minute. Sometimes it will go 140, 150, it will never go beyond that. 140 is the maximum I can speak. Otherwise, I will lose clarity. People will not understand my words. So you have your own rate of speech. You have to understand what is your rate of speech. So go do that. So also include pauses, meaning you can't speak like a flowing tap. You have to give pauses and then speak. And the moment you add pauses, the number of words will also cut down, which means you have to speak less. So any questions on this? Words per minute and rate of speech? Because these are the fundamentals. If these are right, your speech will be right. If this is not right, it's difficult to develop a speech. Okay, we'll come to the last slide before we go on to topics. Now once you have the one-line summary of your speech, you know the topic, you know what you're going to deliver. Now you have to identify what is your opening, body and conclusion. If this is done right, you can speak on any topic. It can be 1 minute or 1 hour. If you know the structure, you can speak. All you need to know is know the structure. What is your opening? If you have, for instance, if you have 5 minutes to speak, if your speed is 100 words per minute, how many words can you speak? 500. So 500 words is the maximum you can speak. You know it, so why even bother? You have to ensure your Word document does not exceed 500 words. It's very simple. Now, you go, out of 500 words, 10% will go to your opening, the way you open the topic. 80% will go to the meat of the matter, which is the supporting facts and materials and so on. And 10% will go for the conclusion or to sum up the entire speech. Which means 50, 400 and 50. Done? 500? Now don't worry if it is 51, it's okay. Don't break your heart. It's okay to go a little here and there. So maximum 50 to 60 words in the beginning and so on. Now once you do that, now the question comes, what should I have in opening? These are just some of the recommendations. You read any book on public speaking and presentation, you will find these techniques. It can be any book by any author, but in different ways and different order of priority, but these are the major techniques. The best ways to open any speech are you can ask a question, you can start a story, you can quote a fact, you can shock the audience with some statistics or facts. You have to attract the audience in 30 seconds. If you don't do that, it's very difficult to attract them later. Because everybody is so caught up in their own world, why would they give attention to you unless you are something different? So find that special in you and bring that. I'm not saying that dress something really special and come. The way you come and speak, the way you handle the stage, handle yourself matters a lot. Because you ooze confidence when you come on the lectern here. Okay, now that's the opening. Now you have to identify the body. In case of her, Rupa's topic, leadership, there are many quotes on leadership. You could pick any number of quotes on the internet. There's one nice quote, everything rises and falls in leadership. There are many quotes on leadership. You can start with something which is resonating with the audience and find out something and come with that. Then go with body. Here you have to give supporting facts. It can be stories from your own life or some books that you read and so on. You recite stories. And then let's not cover rhetorical devices. It is for a later stage. It may be in phase part 2 or part 3 will cover that. Now the last 10% is again, you can either summarize your speech or you can call for an action which will be covered in project 8 and project 9, or it can be again a question or a fact. So far clear? Any questions on this slide? I thought this would be interactive. Which means everything is clear. Good, very good. So now you have 10%, 80% and 10%. Now you can go start developing your speech. How much time I have? 320 now?
No problem, you can carry on. Like, we'll have only 2 or 3 different topics.
Okay.
This is
Okay. Now, how many of you have this manual with you? I hope the members should have. And also, please bring this in every session because you never know when you need these materials. Now, people who do not have this, please borrow from somebody and look at this. This is actually a wonderful manual for public speaking. You will be astonished the way they have set up this entire module. Every speech will give you some techniques. Every level will give you some level of confidence in different areas. It can be the way you use your body, the way you speak, the way your voice modulation happens. Everything is trained here. Basics, building blocks. And you get a nice, the moment you clear all 10 projects, you get a nice certificate by TMI, Toastmasters International, which is very well recognized around the world. You can actually have a logo on your resume saying that I am a CC or a CL or whatever. So please understand that this carries a lot of weightage. Do not ignore this. I'm not promoting that you should look for a job outside. All I'm saying is you can always have your resume look better because of these credentials. Now, this is the funny thing happens. So people, when they join Toastmasters, I know that they deliver their project one speech before they become members. How many of you agree with me? Most of you, right? They have absolutely no idea what P1 is. They come and they say something about themselves, they go. There is actually a nice document here on P1. So that is why most people do not choose me as a mentor, because when they come to me, I tell them, okay, I will meet you next week, but before that, I want you to read these 3 pages 10 times. The moment I say 10 times, I say, okay, I'll come. So when they say I will come, I know what is coming. So if you are coming to me for mentoring, please ensure at least 5 times, any topic, because everything is self-explanatory, nothing is required. A lot of us want shortcut, quick, all immediate success, 1 second, I want everything from you. That doesn't happen. So you have to go and read this at least a few times. Now I'll tell you, let's say project 1 speak, the icebreaker speech. Summary, for your first prepared project, you will introduce yourself to the fellow club members and give them some information about your background, interests and ambitions. Practice giving your speech to friends or family members and strive to make eye contact with some of your audience. You may use notes during your speech if you wish. Read the entire project before preparing your talk. Objectives: to begin speaking before an audience, to discover speaking skills you may already have and the skills that need some attention. Time is 4 to 6 minutes. A lot of times people also read this, but only this box. They will not go, they have made a decision that they will never go beyond this box. They always want to be in that box and move to the next box, the next speech. Please go and read the entire text. There are 3 pages for each level. The moment you read 3 pages, you will know the basics. How many of you here intend to deliver their project one speech or interested to deliver it? It's very easy actually, it's very easy, so don't even raise hands. Now, it's very easy. You will also get a PDF version of this. Ask the VP Education. She will give you a copy of this. If not, the physical copy with a PDF version is definitely possible. Now, go read it a few times. You can prepare your P1 speech. It's very, very easy. Because there is nothing else required. P1, we want your introduction. We want to know about you. A lot of times, being the ethnic we are, the Indian background, we come with a lot of family details in our speech. It's not required. We want to know you, not your. It's okay, we respect them, but we want to know you, what you do in 4 minutes. You can't cover everything in 4 minutes. So please make sure that you stick around yourself. You are the center of attraction. You can just have 1 or 2 sentences about your family, but majorly we want your attention to be on yourself. Any questions on project 1 speech? I don't think we need to invest more time over it. It's just about yourself. Now, how many of you are interested to deliver project 2 speech? Okay. Now, project 2 is called organize your speech. Summary is, okay, now I'll look at the objectives. Select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. That is project 2 speech. All you have to do is pick a topic that you like and you think the audience may also like it. It can be again leadership or Harry Potter, whatever it is. The idea here is you have a nice opening, and there are many techniques to open your speech. There are many techniques here. See, I'll read 4 things for you. Examples of a good opening are a startling question or a challenging statement, an appropriate quotation, illustration or story, a display of some object or picture, an attention-getting generalization that ties in with your subject. Avoid these weak openings, an apologetic statement, a story or joke that does not relate to your topic, a commonplace observation delivered in a commonplace manner, a long or slow-moving statement or story, a trite question such as, did you ever stop to think and wrote? There are many techniques. And I'm sure the majority of the people here have not read this. I can tell you that from your reaction. Yes, you're behaving as if it's the first time you are hearing something like this. People who are actually members. Anyway, so project is also very simple. You should have an opening, body, conclusion for any topic. Anything that you like to speak on, come and speak for 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. Now, if you go through the draft, how to draft the body, for example. Now, many times you have seen on my slide supporting materials or facts. Now, I'll give you 2 examples for supporting materials can include statistics, testimony. Testimony are the quotes or opinions from people with expertise on that matter. Examples, stories or anecdotes, these are usually events that happen to you or somebody you know or someone you have read about. Visual aids, these could be diagrams, charts, pictures, models, etc. Facts are verifiable information. Everything is here. You need to start reading this. It's not difficult. P2 is not difficult. You pick a topic, naturally you'll have an opening, body and conclusion. And there are techniques to close your speech as well. And how to move from one topic to another. And this is a nice speech outline, for example. How to open, how to start your body, how to conclude your speech. Everything is here. So project 2, I look forward to hear some project 2 speeches very soon. Any questions on project 2? I mean, you pick a topic, you start developing your speech. It's very simple. Please do not complicate, and one thing I recommend is please avoid copy pasting from Google. Many people actually go to some website and they copy the entire paragraph and paste it here. The problem there is it is not natural. They are not your words. They are somebody's words coming through your mouth. It's very difficult. It's very artificial. It is like I trying and speaking Malayalam suddenly by rehearsing something. Most of you have watched that movie, no? The 3 Idiots. Be careful, because you are taking from somebody else's material and coming and reciting it here. We know it. The moment you come, we know it. It's not very natural because the ideas are not yours, the thoughts are not yours, and the words are also not yours. Okay, so how many of you are intending to deliver project 3 speech? Meaning, how many of you have finished project 2? Finished project 2? Okay. Project 3 also finished. How many of you have finished project 2 but not project 3 in this room? Okay. So project 3 is very simple. You have to look at any topic has got 2 purposes. One is specific purpose, general purpose. Specific purpose is one of those 4. Sorry, general purpose is one of those 4. You can inform, persuade, inspire or entertain. That is the general purpose. The specific purpose is what do you want the audience to do after they go out of this room. That is your specific purpose. That's how you connect. Now you can build your topic based on that. Select a speech topic and determine its general and specific purposes. Organize the speech in a manner that best achieves those purposes. Ensure the beginning, body and conclusion reinforce those purposes. Project sincerity and conviction and control any nervousness you may feel. Strive not to use notes. So until project 3 you can use notes. Don't complicate and I will not use notes. Come and forget everything here and look at the series. You can bring notes or you can put your phone and write something in your text message and read it. It's okay. Make it simple for you. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. So project 1 is about introducing yourself. Project 2 is opening body conclusion. Project 3 is two additional items, generic and specific purposes of your speech. That's all. The P23 is very simple. All you need to do is get into the pool and do something. So any questions? Any questions before I close?
I have a opening and half body is done, and rest half even I complete that. And while I'm going to the conclusion, I think that I'm deviating from the main topic.
Okay, so that I need to look at the script. I understand what you're trying to say. It happens to a lot of us. Maybe you have to look at your goal one more time. What was your goal? Was it to inspire and somewhere the lady came in the picture? Or maybe that's the reason. You were trying to inspire, but you got inspired in the meantime. Maybe that's the reason. I understand what you're trying to say. We have to go back and look at the goal. I recommend send me the script. We can look at the script together. That is how I can help you.
I have another question.
Yes.
Can we have a combination of like?
Excellent question. Yes, you could. You could inspire and entertain. I have seen many people, for the first half of the speech, they will crack self-deprecating jokes and they belittle themselves. In the next half, they inspire the audience. Totally, you will see two sides of the coin. One here is humor, cracking jokes and making you laugh. The second half is exactly opposite. They will inspire you totally. I have seen it in many speeches. And you can club all four also in one speech. Any other questions?
I have a question, it sounds silly, but why in Toastmaster and we don't say thank you at the end of our speech? Wherein,
I will tell you the reason. Let's say.
Audience are spending time for our speech.
See, one thing okay, I understand where you're coming from. This is actually a mutual group where we help each other. So people are not here to do me a favor. They come here to learn, and I am here to help them and learn as well. The reason we don't say thanks is the speaker has done more hard work than the audience. That's the reason we don't say thanks. Because the moment you say, I thank you for this, it means, why should you thank? I mean, you have, if you have done something, you have gone to a conference room, rehearsed a few times, screamed aloud and recorded your speech, played it over and over, if you have done those things. Otherwise, you will not feel it anyway. I have seen people rehearsing for 20, 30 times. Now, how would it feel? He'll come and say, thank you for listening to my speech. 30 times he's a deliver already. It is 31st time. So why should he thank? That's the only reason. We put the speaker on the pedestal because he or she is more valuable than the audience because of his hard work on that particular day. Some other day, someone else is valuable because he has done the hard work. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, I'll conclude. So we'll cover the part 2 later in the next or the week after that. Part 2 will be specifically focused on 4, 5 and 6. I recommend people who are really interested, you can bring your ideas, topics, and all we will do is we'll discuss the topics you already wrote or focus entirely on the topics you have already written, not again going through the same funnel. Okay. Before I go, a lot of you, I promised I'll give you 4 success principles in Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Now, this goes to a lot of people, especially if you are in Toastmasters for more than a year but not a CC. This is specifically to those. Now, first thing is have a desire to do something. Everything is born from the desire. If there is no desire, nothing will happen. I have had situations where there was no motivation, there was no internal inspiration to speak, and we find reasons. Why I'm very busy, I just had maybe he's 2 months old. There are so many reasons you can find out. But if you have a strong desire which is burning inside you, you will come and deliver. So find a burning desire. Why should you deliver your speech? Find the reason. You have to find your own. Nobody can help you find that. Okay, find your own reason. Second thing is, for God's sake, please find a mentor. Mentor is somebody who has already done what you are aspiring to do. Very simple. If he has done P1, he can be your mentor. You want to do P1. If he has done P2 and you are aspiring to do P2, he can be your mentor. Don't have this baggage of, I want a CC to mentor me, I want an ALB to mentor me, or an ALS to mentor me. Not required. A project 1 person can mentor a beginner. A project 5 can mentor anybody below project 5. So find a mentor who has done what you aspire to do and just copy him or duplicate him or her. It's very, very easy. And that culture, I see that culture is slowly dying in this club. Every club, the moment somebody joins, he or she gets a mentor. And he or she is attached for the next 6 months. They meet once in a while, they have coffee together and so on. I'm willing to do if you can take me out for a coffee, but people are not willing to. But anyway, so please understand, find a mentor. It's very easy. He or she will tell you exactly what not to do. It is as if you are crossing this mine and you know where to not step, where not to step, where to step, because you know exactly where to go. Somebody has gone through it already. You know where not to go. So find a mentor, second thing. Third thing is, be deliberate. Do something every day to achieve your goal. It is not, a lot of people tell me, oh, such a big speech, 600 words. Can you do 20 words per day? 30 days, speech is over. Can you do 10 words per day? 60 days, one speech is ready. So break it down. Do something every day to achieve your goal. It can be learning a new word, learning a new phrase, speaking to somebody who is a stranger. Somehow learn something new towards your goal. The fourth thing is, most of us, it is nice to do it for a couple of weeks. Excited, and you go on, your chest up, broad shoulders, because you're excited. But what happens after 2 weeks is very important. After 2 weeks, chalta hai yaar. What is the use of Toastmasters? I'm not getting a hike anyway, so no salary hike anyway, no promotion anyway. So you start to get all these things, there's no reason for doing this in my life. So please commit to the process. It can take 6 months or sometimes 2 years, but you will come out as a shining diamond when you go through the process. And it's worth it. It's worth becoming a good speaker because you will love the way you speak. When you record yourself and watch yourself speaking, you feel good about yourself. I came out of this. I was afraid of speaking. I love speaking. You will say it about yourself. So 4 steps: have a strong desire, find a mentor, do something every day, and commit to the process. I hope this was very useful. I look forward to see you very soon in the next 2 weeks.